Imagine touching a woman in just the right spots, the ones she secretly craves but never has the courage to ask for. And that final touch unleashes her wild side, making her want you right then and there. Ever wondered why some guys seem to have this irresistible magnetism, able to spark instant desire with a single move? In this video, we're revealing the 4 secret touches every woman secretly wants, but keeps to herself out of fear of looking vulnerable. These touches, rooted in deep principles of human attraction, can turn an ordinary interaction into something electric, creating a connection that goes way beyond the surface and awakens raw primal instincts. But hold on, what happens when you use the second touch that quietly builds tension and leaves her dying for more? Or the final one that unlocks a side of her almost no one ever sees, unleashing a wild, uncontrollable energy? Stick around until the end to find out how these secrets can completely change your interactions and give you a power only the sharpest guys truly master. And if you're ready to level up your game, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button so you never miss another forbidden revelation like this. 1. The subtle wrist touch that sparks the very first flame of desire. Picture this. You approach her with calm confidence. Reach out and lightly brush the inside of her wrist, like you're adjusting an invisible bracelet or just gently guiding her for a moment. Keep it short, just a few seconds, but firm enough to show clear intent without rushing. Do it naturally during a lively conversation, maybe even comment on how her pulse feels faster, turning the gesture into a bridge to something deeper. Repeat it lightly if the vibe is flowing, always watching her reactions to dial in the intensity. This move is insanely powerful because it taps into basic human attraction, triggering sensitive nerves that shoot signals straight to the brain, creating a mix of vulnerability and excitement that makes her feel truly seen and wanted. Here's why it works so well. The wrist is a forgotten erogenous zone, where the thin skin lets the heat from your hand sink in fast, stirring up ancient memories of protection and intimacy. According to human behavior principles, this touch triggers a release of oxytocin, the trust hormone, so she starts linking you to feelings of safety and irresistible attraction. It's not manipulation. It's a psychological dance that plays on how humans instinctively respond to contact, that hints at emotional closeness. Use it to layer tension, starting slow and building mystery around your presence. Guys who master this notice. Women start seeking more contact themselves, unconsciously pulled in by that magnetic energy. And what if I told you this touch gets even stronger when paired with whispered words, like a quiet compliment about how soft her skin feels? That takes it from casual to electric, sending tingles all through her body. Backed by attraction psychology, unexpected touches like this break everyday mental patterns and create a curiosity vacuum only you can fill. Practice in low-stakes settings, like a casual hangout, to perfect your approach and avoid any awkwardness. The real secret is subtlety, turning a simple gesture into a tool that leaves her craving more of you. It's one of those tricks only the sharpest guys use to create instant bonds. Finally, remember the key is the intention behind the touch. Never force it. Let it flow like a shared secret, building a story of mutual desire. Rooted in Stoicism, this technique teaches emotional control and reading nonverbal cues, so the touch lands as an invitation, not an imposition. Women respond because it awakens a part of them that craves controlled adventure mixed with safety. Master this, and you become the guy she can't ignore, planting attraction seeds that grow fast. And if you think that's powerful, wait until you hear about the next touch that takes the tension to uncontrollable levels and makes her feel a desire she can't hold back anymore. 2. The nape of the neck touch that builds irresistible tension and leaves her wanting way more. Start by naturally positioning yourself behind her, maybe while walking or when she's sitting. and lightly run your fingers across the back of her neck, like you're brushing away a stray hair or gently massaging the base. Keep it soft and hold it for about 10 seconds, using gentle pressure that relaxes tight muscles but carries the promise of something more intense. Weave it into intimate conversation moments, maybe comment on how much energy she's carrying, turning the move into instant relief and excitement at the same time. Watch her reaction. If she tilts her head or sighs, you're golden and building a bridge to something deeper. This is crucial for guys who want to create lasting memories with touches that say more than words ever could. Understand the power here. The nape is packed with nerve endings wired straight to the central nervous system, which is why a touch there can send waves of pleasure through her whole body. Grounded in human behavior, this taps into the vulnerability of the area, triggering primal instincts of submission and trust, like mating rituals seen in nature. It's not about domination, it's subtle psychological leverage that awakens the urge to surrender to someone confident. Women love it because it makes them feel protected and desired at the same time, creating an addictive contrast. Use it sparingly to keep the mystery alive. Each touch becomes a forbidden revelation. Imagine cranking it up with a whisper right by her ear while you touch, something about how soft her skin is that layers on hidden sexual tension. Attraction psychology shows this touch sparks physical responses like increased blood flow, prepping her body for deeper connection without saying a word. Nail the timing, choosing moments with some privacy to avoid misreads, and always prioritize clear, positive signals for consent. Smart guys know this turns a normal interaction into something loaded with potential, leaving her curious and chasing more. It's the secret that separates average from irresistible. Lastly, bring in stoic composure. Stay calm, focus on her reactions, and adjust, which cements your image as a controlled, magnetic man. This works because it hits unspoken desires, releasing endorphins that tie you to pleasure and mystery. Women won't admit it, but they crave touches that make them feel alive and wanted in this subtle way. Master it, and you create a dynamic where she starts anticipating your next move, taking the game to a whole new level. But get ready. The next touch unlocks an even deeper instinct, something that'll make her see you as the only one who can ignite her inner fire. 3. The touch on the curve of her waist that builds irresistible tension and makes her surrender to the moment. Think about naturally placing your hand on the curve of her waist, like guiding her during a slow dance or pulling her closer for a whisper. Keep it gentle, fingers lightly pressing against bare skin or through thin fabric, creating a sense of gentle possession that makes her feel safe and wanted at the same time. Hold it for about 10 seconds, letting the pressure build slowly and syncing with her breathing to amp up the emotional impact. Use it in intimate situations, like at the end of a deep conversation, where the touch silently screams mutual attraction. The magic is in the subtlety. Avoid anything abrupt that could break the spell. This spot is insanely powerful because it hits sensitive nerves tied to arousal, stirring ancient memories of protection and passion that women instinctively respond to. Most guys completely miss this zone, but touch it right, and she feels a rush of heat that leaves her vulnerable and hungry for more closeness. Psychology studies show waist touches release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, strengthening the connection under the radar. Practice in casual settings to build confidence, turning everyday moments into seduction opportunities. Over time, you'll see her start positioning herself to make that touch easier. She's letting you know the game is shifting in your favor. Now picture the combined effect with the earlier touches, the racing pulse, the goosebumps on her neck, and now the waist that makes her melt. Women rarely ask for this outright, but they crave a guy who just gets these signals without words, creating an unspoken dance of desire. Mastering this doesn't just boost physical attraction, it builds an emotional story that hooks her to you. Play with the intensity, switch between light and firm to keep the mystery burning. This turns you into the unforgettable guy, the one she tells her friends about with a sigh. But wait, if this touch already has her surrendering, the next one is what unleashes her wild side. The final secret that can turn a regular night into an explosion of uncontrollable passion you don't want to miss. 4. The neck and ear touch that awakens her wild side and unleashes uncontrollable desire. Start by bringing your face close to hers, fingers softly tracing the line of her neck up to her ear, like removing a stray hair or sharing an intimate secret. Keep it light and teasing, using your fingertips to graze the sensitive skin behind her ear, where the nerves are most responsive to erotic stimulation. Do this during a moment of closeness, maybe right after a kiss or during a pause in conversation, drawing it out to build anticipation. Warm breath on her neck can intensify everything, but don't overdo it or it feels invasive. The trick is pairing the touch with intense eye contact, creating a symphony of sensations that hypnotizes her. This area is a primal trigger wired straight to the brain's pleasure center, waking up wild instincts women suppress in daily life. Psychologists say neck touches unleash a flood of dopamine and adrenaline, blending excitement with just enough vulnerability to make her completely receptive. So many relationships fail for lack of this knowledge, but use it and you access a raw, uninhibited side of her almost no one ever sees. Practice the motion in a mirror to perfect the delicacy. Every move has to feel intentional and seductive. With repetition, she'll link you to that feeling of wild freedom and crave more. Combine this with all the previous touches for an exponential effect. The wrist starts it, the nape builds, the waist surrenders, and now the neck explodes into pure desire. Women dream of guys who know these secrets, turning dates into unforgettable experiences that keep her coming back. Finishing with this doesn't just awaken her wild side, it creates emotional dependency where she sees you as the only one who can set her free. Vary the rhythm, soft touches mixed with whispers to keep the fire burning forever. This puts you on a whole different level. The master of attraction who owns the game. If you loved this content and want more practical tips like these that'll take your attraction and relationship game to a professional level, don't forget to smash that like button. It's the easy way to show this made a difference for you and helps the algorithm spread this valuable knowledge to more people. Plus, subscribe right now and turn on notifications so you never miss the next high-value videos we're dropping, packed with proven strategies, deep psychological insights, and step-by-step guides that will permanently transform your social and romantic life. Thanks for watching all the way through. See you in the next one.